What's up, guys, and welcome back to the SLI South American Qualifiers. This is the lower bracket finals, as SG Esports are going to take on Zinders y sus Payasos. I don't know what happened there, but it's Luccini on the dire side, and they're down a game, so it seems like maybe a different team name, and then a different power level, right? That's what it means. I'm Mike Lawrence, going to be your caster for this game. Winner of this has to face up against DCSA. And yes, I mean has to face up against, because I don't envy either of these two teams. First of all, like, going up against DCSA feels bad, man. This shit's hard. The fact that they have to do it after having already played a best of 3, especially if this game is going to go the distance and go to a third game, then they're going to be like a little bit tired, and you know, it's going to be a whole mess of things. So we'll see what SGE can put together to kind of ride momentum into their next set, or if the Luccini side can just break all that momentum and then get some momentum of their own with a 2-win over SGE. Might be a little bit tough, though. Night Stalker is going to be let through the pool. Who else do we have in right now? Nature's Prophet is in. We got Puck in. We got Venomancer in. Necrophos in. As Shaker is going to take a rather early ban with that Nyx Assassin. This is an interesting opening. Well, Night Stalker first. Whatever. You can pick up any of the other heroes that I just listed and be pretty happy with that. Seems like Luccini are going to abandon that Kunkka, go for Rubik and the AA. Very potent combo, for sure. I mean, just lift up into cold feet. Easy stuns, right? And the fact that you have 2 support heroes at a range, we'll be able to set up combos around the map. Now, that's powerful in lane, with the 2 of them. And there are some weaknesses to that. The fact that they're not really powerful individually is going to give SGE a little bit more advantage around the map with this Night Stalker. Again, the pretty standard setup nowadays is 1 kind of baby city support, 1 more aggressive support. And when you have an Ancient Apparition with a Earth Spirit, you get that baby city support in the AA, you get that aggressive support in the Earth Spirit, and you're able to have a really powerful combo once the 2 join together. But if they're separate, Earth Spirit can still do quite a bit by himself, or in other lanes. Whoa! Okay. SGE gonna go ahead and grab a second pick Oracle, which I don't think is actually very good. I mean, the Night Stalker is fine. This is like that split that I was talking about. You get the defensive babysit hero Oracle, get the offensive hero the Night Stalker. But first of all, with Oracle, it generally is a situation where you need a reason to pick up Oracle, right? You need to be up against some. You need to have an ally who's really fragile yet high damage, so who's worth saving. If you're up against a Bat Rider or a Beastmaster, these kind of BKB piercing disables, you want to be able to release your allies from that. And you also can pick up Oracle last, like in 100% of the games. I don't think Oracle's been banned out a single time in any of these games. Now, this is the second time we're seeing him picked, but I at least made sense the first time, so SG Esports doing something a little bit crazy here. There's no like sick offensive combo you can get with the Oracle. Like the best combo with the Oracle, I want to say bar none, is with Huskar. Like that's a really powerful duo. But AA is on the other end. You don't want to pick Huskar into an AA, do you? So I think this is a bad pick for SG Esports. It's going to be really tough to actually fit into a super solid draft. They had, again, all those other heroes that I listed earlier as really powerful heroes to pick up. Still, like, they can grab a Nature's Prophet here and just be okay with that. Or any of the other ones. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what SGE have up their sleeve. But it better be something good. The thing is, like, when you pick up a hero, it's either because you're scared the enemy is going to pick it up, so you kind of deny it. And this is in the context of picking up hero very early. Or you have a strategy that involves that hero and that hero only, or it's just a generally powerful hero. And Oracle usually doesn't fit any of those. Like, are you going to run an Oracle-based strategy? Probably not. Can you pick up an Oracle later? Probably. Is the enemy going to pick up Oracle? No, because they have a Rubik and AA already, so yeah, I'm not really sure. Bat Rider's going to give them a little bit of initiation power, but looks like Zinders and his Payasos, which I'm being told means clowns. So, Zinder and Clown Company, I guess. Going for a pretty retro combo themselves. Magnus and the Lifestealer, the pickups here. Lifestealer can shrug off pretty much everything the Oracle has to throw at him. No way to do anything like disarm-wise in the lifestealer. Giving magic resistance to your allies doesn't matter when you're a lifestealer, and you could rage off that root from the Fortune's End. So pretty perfect counterplay here from the Luccini side. Not to mention the fact that lifestealer will have Magnus to jump into. It will have that in power as well. Can farm incredibly quickly if you are actually going to have that in power on you at any decent rate. And it seems like in this game they probably will. Try to keep Magnus and lifestealer together as much as possible. So SGE, they have the initiation, they have the defensive power. How are they going to use the defensive power? Is it going to be something like a Shadow Fiend, a Luna? Might not be too bad. A Monkey King. Man, I'm already on record of not really liking Monkey King all that much as a core. It does feel like he falls off a little too early, at least for my liking. But I actually don't mind him here. Isn't really going to be like the huge swingy hero with the Oracle, though he could be pretty powerful there. As far as lifesteal is concerned, if he doesn't get hit with the Ancient Apparition Blast. The big reason to pick up Monkey King here is because he generally becomes very, very resistant to physical attacks. And is pretty difficult to actually kill him off, especially once the circle comes down and he gets like, how much armor is it? It's like 20 armor at level 3, so I guess like 10 armor at level 1. I don't exactly know the numbers there, but between that, the fact that he generally builds fairly tanky, since the only aggressive item he needs is going to be that Echo Saber, means that the Monkey King can do some serious work if SG Esports have enough pushing power to really capitalize off of that. And so far they don't. Monkey King does not really push all that well.
Radiant team ban.
If I die, guys, you can have my stuff. That is not how you're supposed to swallow. Oh my god. I'm alive, it's fine. SGE just need some way to take down structures now, and looking at a mid lane hero, usually it's going to be someone like a Shadow Fiend in this case. Is there any other like really oddball hero they can pick up that's good at killing towers? A DK is actually not that bad for SG Esports. They can go for a Viper or a Sniper, and I don't know if there are any other heroes that rhyme with that, so I'll just leave it at that. But really, they want this last pick to either give them late game dominance, which is tough with this current setup, or a lot of tower pushing. And there's the tower pushing. Klink's the pick. Is going to make these lanes a little bit wacky, though. Klink's usually going to go towards the safe lane. Batrider usually off. Monkey King mid. Not something that's really commonly seen. It really does depend upon the matchup. Medusa and Lina going to get banned out. And Monkey King is definitely the type of hero that if you underestimate, you can die very quickly. So whoever goes to that mid lane for Luccini's side, it's got to be a little bit careful. Like, even if you're presumably a very safe mid laner, like a Puck or a Queen of Pain, you get that stack on you, and then Monkey King's hitting for like 100 something a pop. Things get really dirty really quickly. But SG gonna play that gank kind of play style. Now we can fully question the Oracle. Is Oracle pick worthy of that second box? Would it have been better to pick up Batrider second phase, and then Monkey King, and then, maybe Oracle then? For sure. It would have been, I want to say, almost strictly better. But, what's done is done. The Oracle seems like he only has kind of a mediocre place in this team. Saving a Klink, saving a Monkey King again can be powerful. Disarm, though, on the Lifestealer is pretty useless. It's really good if you can play around that rage, but you're expected not to last long in those fights as an Oracle. And what do you want last pick? It is going to be that Quap. Hey, I totally meant to use that example earlier as a prediction. But, oh, wait a minute. Wait a second, guys. Jamari's the mid player for the Luccini side. And Lifestealer going mid is fairly weak under certain circumstances. Now, we may have one of these supports, either Zinder's, the leader of the clown troop, or Jericho here to, just kind of camp out with him a little bit. But Lifestealer versus Monkey King, I don't believe I've seen that matchup before, so I don't have anything of that to pull from. But I would assume that the Monkey King is pretty vastly favored in that matchup, especially if he has the Night Stalker moving in for a little bit of extra backup. So I kind of want to see the Queen of Pain go there. I feel like putting the Lifestealer in the mid lane is the easiest way for Luccini to get screwed over early. And that's like super easy to get punished. If you do lose out on the early game, then suddenly your towers are going to die and you're in for a world of hurt. There you go. That's what I want to see. And that's why I really shouldn't read into what hero picks up, or what player picks up one hero until they actually are in their lanes and hitting creeps. Now, Queen of Pain is pretty difficult to deal with in that mid lane, though. ADR is going to grab... No, we're not going to read into that. We're not going to read into that until we're actually in the game, guys. We're not going to do any of that. Quap, though, is going to be that magic burst that they need to take out that Monkey King. Isn't really, like, the best hero to get that in power from the Magnus. That's why we saw the Medusa being banned out from the Radiant side. They're just trying to limit the Magnus's farm acceleration as much as possible. Queen of Pain can still do quite a bit of damage should she get empowered, but really they just want to be able to cut through and insta-give this Monkey King. Because again, once you drop 8 armor, damn it, I was so close. Once you get 8 armor from Wukong's command, like a Lifestealer is not going to be doing much to you. But here we go. We're loaded into game 2, and these are actually going to be the real player hero assignments. Got Bardinho on the early pick Oracle. Leposa on his trademarked Batrider top lane. Theo is on the Night Stalker. Over towards the mid lane, it's going to be ADR's Clinks. And that leaves, that is not, who is that? That is, yeah, just fucking A on the Monkey King. But he's right now in disguise. He's incognito, guys. On the other end, Madara. Line the Lifestealer, got Jericho on the Rubik. Senor Vac is on the Ancient Apparition. Got Jamari on the Quap of Pain, and Jian is on the Magnus.
30 seconds.
I would imagine the matchup for Magnus is pretty difficult up against Monkey King as well. I want to say that Monkey King wins like 80% of the versus melee matchups with very few exceptions. Like Jingu Mastery rather is just so oppressive in lane. Get a little bit close and suddenly you're just gonna get beaten to hell. And the fact that he is like technically melee but has 300 attack range typically gives him a pretty nice advantage as well.
The battle begins.
Theo shooting around. They are scared of these Chilling Touch hits. ADR is here, but I'm not sure if they can out-damage Chilling Touch, but they can with the Batrider coming in. Jericho now slowed up. Does have boots, but he's not fast enough to escape this. Senor Vac does not have boots, and is also not fast enough to escape this. His only hope is to deny himself to Roshan, but he's so slow. Is he going to make it? Oh, no, he's not. 2-0 for SG. That was an even Bounty Rune split as well. Oh my god, a Courier Snipe! Oh! Oh, talk about your bad starts, guys. That is the worst start I have ever seen. Like, just one of those things happening. Losing one of those heroes is bad. Losing 2 of those heroes is worse. There's both supports, so you know what? It's fine. Losing the Courier afterwards, in this matchup in particular, is a goddamn nightmare. Now, ADR isn't really, or let's say Clinks isn't really going to be commonly seen in that mid lane. But he already got a massive advantage since the Quap did lose out on her regen. That was a salve on the Courier. And Clinks is just known to dominate lanes. Now, it is really difficult in the mid lane to dominate as hard as in some other lanes. Unlike the Viper, it's really easy to just turn around and just kill the Clinks if he's going to get too aggressive on you. The fact that these lanes are just so short means that Clinks doesn't really have a lot of space to start right-clicking with those searing arrows. And also he has to deal with this uphill, which hopefully for his case, the Night Stalker is going to try to remedy by sticking around a little while longer. Jamari, jeez, takes a lot of damage. Yeah, that uphill being the most serious concern for Clinks in this mid lane. Yet still, should be doing okay, especially if he has a little bit of help. Oh, Leposa. That's my bad, guys. Chilling Touch, Telekinesis, pretty powerful versus anyone, bar none, really. Batrider, though, already has the Tranquils, since he did get... What did he get? Did he get... Yeah, he got the kill on the AA, plus he got a little bit of extra Courier gold, so... Not too bad for a Batrider to have 2-minute Tranquils. You actually cannot ask for a better rate of farm from a Batrider. That would just be unreasonable. The bottom lane is most likely going to be pretty boring. Fucking A should have some pretty good control here, and Jan, forced a Shockwave for CS, is going to be pushing his wave, therefore, further and further away from his tower. Which means that fucking A can do stuff like this. By the way, people are dying up towards top lane, and Leposa is in a lot of trouble. Jian was able to get out of that Monkey King. They will take down the Batrider again up towards top. Tranquils is great, but you really got to make sure not to play too over-aggressively in that top lane as a Batrider. You're still going up against a savage combo of Ancient Apparition and the Rubik. keeping competitive in the farm department, but Jamari's doing just fine considering he lost the courier. I mean, it was a very early courier pick, and it's back up. A little bit of extra regen now. I wonder if you go for a bottle here as the Clinks. I mean, Clinks sometimes goes for Soul Ring. If you go bottle, that's like kind of a replacement consideration for the mid lane. So that's a possibility, I guess. I mean, sustain is certainly an issue for Clinks. Even when he does get the Death Pact, because of the recent changes, it's not really like a sustain tool. Definitely a timing-based damaging tool. But overall, Luccini should be doing pretty well for themselves right now. Laposa still, with these Tranquil Boots, is going to be slightly more difficult to deal with. And Theo is spending the entirety of his laning phase just messing with Jamari, giving ADR all the advantage he can get. But I think Luccini should be okay with how this is going. Like, they even up the kill score. Yeah, they're going to be down in gold because of the courier snipe, because of those early 2 kills, because Jamari is being forced off the creep wave and whatnot, but you know, things could definitely be a lot worse given the situation. Still, ADR is pretty freaking farmed right now. Aquila, no boots needed just yet. Doesn't even have invis. Holding a skill point though, and well, there you go. There's his invis. He's gonna go for a very, very fast minus armor item in that solar crest. He is maybe gonna get jumped here though. Theo may blow this, and he will blow the smoke. Lift it up with the cold feet. Should freeze. Jamari's here for the extra damage, and Theo will get frozen. Will get picked off if they're actually gonna right click him ever. He actually gets a couple right clicks out before he dies. ADR though has to run, dust it up now, and he is slowed up because of it. Is there enough damage here? He is salving. And the miss at the high ground means he gets even more regen. Gonna turn around, try to go for Jamari. Just try to race as he does get the delivery of the medallion. So many misses up the hill, but not quite enough. Still, it's enough time for Theo to come in and get the kill on Jamari in response. And now here comes the Oracle. Also a little bit late, but Purifying Flames and right clicks from the Night Stalker should get this kill, and they will. Give a double to Theo. That was 2 of the clutchest, luckiest uphill misses I've seen. Misses up the high ground here to keep the salve going. And then when he's up here, there were a couple of misses shooting up there to make sure that he lasts just a little while longer. Does a little bit more damage so that Theo can swoop in. Got a kill with the level 1 Void. And level 1 Void is great, but not really for damage. Mostly for the utility and slow it brings. So ADR showing himself to be a pretty difficult kill, but ooh, they do rotate around bottom lane. My bad, guys. Fucking A down. This Rubik and AA are forced to team up again to be, you know, a real combo. But if they're able to do it, they're able to do it. Is maybe costing the Lifestealer a little bit of pressure on the Bat Rider up on top lane. Bat Rider's going to be very happy about that, but man, if they keep rotating and keep getting these kills, they're going to be perfectly happy. Jamari is going to dodge this gank. Was scanned out, SG. Still is actually really behind in CS. I mean, Theo's been messing with him a lot. Just driving him off the creep wave, so it's understandable. Right now, though, SG, 1 kill down, net worth lead, pretty much irrelevant for either side at this stage in the game. That's what the Night Stalker can really do here. Monkey King has been having a pretty quiet time. Skewer into the tower. Possible now that the Monkey King has pushed the wave so far up. Theo's going to be spotted here. Lift up, cold feet. He's going to try to fly away. We'll get down to the low ground. Now here comes the Monkey King. These 2 supports are out of gas. They don't have any more damage. They did not use Chilling Touch. They'll lose 1 in exchange for the Night Stalker, and fucking A is doing so much damage. Phase Boots and Jingu. 1 more leap up. Or, yeah, oh, gets skewered in, actually. That was really nice of this Magnus to give him that skewer. I mean, Blink Dagger on Monkey King is pretty expensive, but you don't need Blink Dagger when you get skewered like that. Start to regenerate now. Senor Vax gonna cancel the salve with the cold feet, but still fucking A is gonna clean up 2 for 1 on this bottom lane, unless he goes back in here. Jan does have a shockwave. Is that gonna be a kill? Not if it completely misses. That wasn't even close to landing. Bardino could have also cast Fate's Edict there to give fucking A immunity. People are dying in the meantime, but I'm just like, really? That missed? That actually just happened? ADR though kills off a tower and Jamari. We have some top tier camera spectating going on right now, guys. It is actually the best. But ADR gets a huge swing of cash over in mid. Does lose his life for it. But taking down the tower messes with this equilibrium so early on. Like, he wasn't really, like, pushing. Like, some heroes, like, they push, right? Like an Enchantress and a Chen, like, they push towers. Clinks just kind of ends up pushing your tower, and with Queen of Pain not really doing that much to answer, taking such an early mid tier 1 is going to open up the map so much to these just assassination plays from the Clinks. Make it a lot more difficult to get farm on the Luccini side as well. Gotta watch out for this hero. He's going to go for Desolator next. Still does not have boots. He's going to go for maximum offensive greed. But hey, all you need to do is find a target. Let's see if, only with 1 point in Skeleton Walk, it's actually pretty hard to find the target. He'll still eat a Centaur, probably, and then look for some guy to kill. There's no vision here. Jericho is spotted by an Obs, and Clinks should be spotted since there's corpses there. I don't know if Jericho is watching, though, because he can actually die in a couple hits. Like, actually, like 3 hits and he's dead. And he's completely surrounded by Radiant heroes. 1, 2, 3. Madara's here. Probably should not be here. Can he invest into anything? Well, not if he's lassoed. More shots with the massive damage from the Clinks. Gets them an easy double. I don't know how... okay, never mind. I thought the Bat Rider got both of them. No, ADR got both of them. When you're hitting for, yeah, this much damage, with Searing Arrows, with minus armor, it's pretty easy to get kills, turns out. Is he gonna help push this tower as well? Yeah, he is. Mid lane in the meantime, Night Stalker's gonna take the reins. Still daytime, so you don't really want to do anything too aggressive as Theo. Just get that experience going, get some free gold in the mid lane, and hopefully, for his sake, not die. But man, the rest of the team, they're just tempoing out on the top lane. This is going to give the Magnus a little bit of extra space to farm, get his levels up, but he still is very far away from being able to do what he wants to do. He's gone for Soul Ring, which is not a bad item on Magnus, but is going to delay his other items, like the items that you really need on Magnus. It's Arcane Boots and Blink Dagger. And Soul Ring is not super expensive, but it's not super cheap either. ADR. Oh, he's just going to lure Jericho in. Could have grabbed that bounty rune. Maybe he just didn't see it. Just going to lure him further and further in, then run away. So I guess he just didn't see it. But, I mean, they take down the tower top lane in the meantime. Bottom lane's being pushed. But there's no Blightstone in this life, so he's gone for Midas. Wow, that is incredibly risky. You already have him power. You know that the enemy team is going to try to aggro you as much as possible, yet he still goes for that Midas pickup. I'm not incredibly sure if I agree here. I would like to see the Lifestealer just get Armlet play standard. Even if Boundless Strike lands, I don't know if they get the kill there, but I've seen way too many Boundless Strikes miss, guys. Like, way too many. Oh my god, Lepos has a Blink Dagger, by the way. Witnessing those 2 kills early on the top lane. Gonna give him a lot of gas. ADR should get a free Courier Snipe here. Bam. Nope, nope, nope. Bam. Poor Courier, dead twice now. Oh, ADR though. Skeleton Walk is going to come up. He does see the TPM from the Rubik, but it's really slow because the Lifestealer teleported in first. And now ADR is going to go into a corner and hide. Drew 4 heroes down to this bottom lane. I think that's what we call space created. Fucking A in the meantime, just waiting for some poor schmuck to defend this top lane. Does have maxed out Tree Dance, so yeah, he's ready to go in. But there's no one who's really ready to defend. He still can clear out creep waves pretty easily with this. It does quite a bit of damage. It's not like Monkey King is clearing issues anyway. It looks like he's just going to gun for that pretty standard Echo Saber next. The post is right around the corner as well. Can give him backup if they need to. Last time they moved up here, they got ambushed and annihilated. Still have some Radiant Vision here. But unfortunately, fucking A is a little bit too far. Does pick up the Oblivion Staff. Usually just an absolute trash item, and it is still like not a good item. This thing is terrible, but it is going to help him just a little bit in the damage department and trying to kill off that mag jump in. Jimari is going to get lassoed and then obliterated by ADR. Jeez, this damage on the Clinks. He's picked up boots, delaying his Desolator by just a little bit, but we can see how much it matters. He did have the Death Pact already up and active. Again, Monkey King is actually one of the better heroes to just have an Oblivion Staff with. Obviously, you get it to build it into that Echo Saber. But, I mean, mana regeneration, a little bit of extra damage, a little bit extra attack speed. It's not cost effective, it never will be, but Monkey King pretty much needs just that, so yeah. He'll be sitting pretty until he gets the Echo Saber. Then things get really bad for the Luccini side. Theo level 9 at this point. Got Oracle. Packing at level 7, so he does have that get out of jail free card. Ice Blast isn't even up yet. It's probably going to be up by the time a fight breaks out, right? They did deward a little bit. And Theo is going to be... No, not spotted. That's Smoke. Not an Invis rune. So he's not spotted just yet. No one is. They will back off. No lasso for another 30. No sense pushing things. Again, you're waiting for your Desolator. You're waiting for that Echo Saber on the Monkey King. Any aggressive play you make without those items is pretty darn risky unless it's just one hero in the middle of nowhere by themselves like a Quap. They're still thinking about it. Sentry is going to be fed over. They do know that that area is warded for sure there, so they will be sure to play around that. No Clink's movement in that area. Madara in the meantime, looking to smooth over that power curve. Does have an ordinary build coming up after this Midas, and the timings are still pretty good. That acceleration with the Midas and the Empower, so far not being punished. It's going to give him that armlet, but it's not going to be able to save Jericho, I don't imagine. There's a lasso here. Open Wounds goes out onto the Bat Rider, and, well, he does get bailed out. Sonic Wave's still there. Laposa is going to try to TP out. Gets canceled with the Skewer. He's going to pop for sure. What's going to be given over? Napalm on Jericho? That's not impressive. But there are a lot of weak heroes here. Night Stalker's going to see absolutely all of them. ADR needs a target, and is going to find 2 of them as they both get rooted by the Oracle. Not much backup here for ADR, and he'll just get picked off by Jamari. Do they have Fate's Edict? They did. A little bit too slow there from Bardinho to give them protection versus that Quap. Ultimately, 2 for 2 over in that mid lane, but I mean, the 2 that the Dire were able to pick off. Some of the biggest kills you can possibly want, although Jamari, ooh, gets out of there right before the Monkey King arrives. Oh, double damage?
Double damage.
That seems pretty good. Double damage Monkey King seems powerful. This Lifestealer, though, is a problem. They have to deal with them. The way SG deal with the Lifestealer is not really just by killing them. They kind of just have to make aggressive plays and kill off his towers. They do see him, and he actually has no TP. Uh-oh, he has a little bit of backup coming in, but it's not a hero that can actually save him. Here comes the Tree Dance, springs down. With that double damage still active, they crush the Lifestealer. I don't really know why you are this far out. I mean, they saw the Monkey King Lifestealer, so we should have known that something was up. Or at least that area wasn't completely safe, so... yeah, it's a lot of gold, for sure, for SG. But, yeah, as I was saying, the way that SG punished this Lifestealer, really try to deal with him, is just by pushing. Starting fights, 24/7 aggro. Again, the Desolator isn't quite up yet, but Clink just needs to eat like 2 creeps. Unfortunately, these are all bad creeps. And they'll be able to make it happen. And there's a second hammer. Should be fine. Void on the Rubik. An extra nuke. Can't say no. Lifestealer is back. There is that 1 point in the Monkey King ultimate. And Bat Rider. Careful, bro. You don't want to be playing with that fire too recklessly there. They do have 1 point in that command. Laposa does have another lasso up. Only level 1 lasso still, so the cooldown is quite long. Has no Force Staff either, but it does seem like SG, at this point, do have all the items that they would need in order to push the issue. ADR just going maximum value. A little bit AFK, deciding what he wants to buy. Fucking A is going to Boundless Strike the creeps. Got him! And then be in the middle of nowhere. Is it even possible for Luccini to find this guy? I guess they have Ice Vortexes, so it's not impossible. And the smoke does break. Fucking A is going to bounce down. And then bounce up again. Thank you, Ice Frog. Thank you for this. I mean, there's a lot of trees here. You're trying to gank a monkey in a jungle. I'm not really sure if that's an easy task. They do have Blink Skewer. Blink Skewer is actually really good at catching Monkey Kings. You just blink like down here and then skewer like this. And if he's there, man, you're going to get him. But he's just kind of messing with the enemies at this point because the real issue is over here where SG may get chilled by the Ice Blast, but they're going to grab the double life. The backup is coming in way too slowly here for Luccini. They're still chasing after this Monkey King. Space created. Theo is going to get caught, though. And bailed out by the false promise here. A little bit of help here for Bardinho, and they should be able to get him quite a bit of regen. Not that much regen. It's a little bit. Posa, though, he's in the middle of nowhere. He should not be there. Was that Blink RP? It was. That's down the tubes now. SG will have a pretty nice opening of a minute with Aegis before they have to worry about that tool again. I'm a little bit concerned about SG and their lack of response versus this Lifestealer. I mean, they will have the lasso, and that is really good at dealing with the Lifestealer, but he's going to get so much farm with this Midas build, with the Empower, which should be maxed out, and it is. Not going to be the easiest thing to do. Jian is going to run into an invisible Clinks. Does he really have enough damage for this before the Skewer? 2 more arrows, is that lethal damage? It will be. Oh my god, that was a 4-shot kill on a Magnus. Clinks is pretty stacked right now, and he's going to go in for more, but he may be going a little bit too far. He does have the Aegis, does have the backup of Leposa right around the corner, as well as the Monkey King playing some games with Jamari, just stacking up that Jingu. And they will find the Ace Apparition, kill him off. I think Jericho is actually going to steal some safety for himself, and he'll be fine. But Gadara, they know exactly where he is. You can pact that and get him out of there. That was the most obvious infest in the world. If they were looking, they should have seen that he had no TP either. 15 seconds, better bail him out. The pings are out, and well, from the back, there comes a Rubik. There's no true sight here on the SG side, so Jericho's going to see absolutely everything. Can he get to safety, or will he just be debating his own teammates? Because, well, he's going to pop right out along with Jericho, lift up the Oracle, and not quite get the kill. Yes, they will. Ice Blast is going to come in, but it's not going to do not going to kill off fucking A. Still do a lot of damage with the Shockwave. Fucking A's circle is doing a lot of damage here, but he's losing all his backup. And the trap has been sprung. ADR will take the kill here, but should be going down as well. Probably even twice. There's no more telekinesis. There's an RP, though. Not that much damage here. Can ADR fight his way out of this? RP and telekinesis layered poorly. It's still, I think ADR, oh, maybe he just will kill everybody. Well, he's going to chase after Senor Vac. Sentry drops, not really too much effect. Looking for Jen now, looking for Jericho. He doesn't have any true sight, though. And the Rubik still has that skeleton walk. It's going to be a full team wipe for the Dire side as the Batrider's lasso used kind of in panic. Monkey King took a big hit there as well. Barely surviving there with the Rubik, and definitely set all of that up with that skeleton walk. I don't think SG were aware that that was stolen earlier, so they didn't know that they were being scouted. Unfortunately, the Clinks not able to get that packed off in time, still cooling down. Give up a lot of gold to Luccini's side. Lifestealer now, Desolator coming out to him, I would imagine. That's a Deso. And this is what I was concerned about. I mean, to be fair, that was like the best surprise initiation you could possibly ask for. Lift up onto the Oracle, a free Infest Bomb off of the Creep, and with that pick of the Oracle, you ensure that the Clinks and or Monkey King are going to be going down. Not bad at all. SG, if they get sentries, or if they just keep a little bit closer tabs on what the enemy Rubik has stolen, these situations are very easily avoidable. Alternatively, just get a pick off beforehand. ADR has shown himself to be very capable of that. Monkey King hasn't done it yet, but can still get pick offs fairly easily. Top lane, ADR. Start shoving in this lane. Still has a lot of damage. BKB is next item. Post is going to thin the creep wave here. Tower pretty free. There's a Rubik coming in with an Infest Bomb inside. They do drop a Sentry, but it's a little bit too late. They've already lost Bardino. No, he does get off his ultimate, but he still will die here. At the end of the day, they will pull back Rubik and make it a 1-for-1. And it looks like with the tower going down, that's actually perfectly fine for SG. Oracle False Promise, unfortunately, not quite good enough there.
Double damage.
Fucking A, Manta style next. You know, I think the build I saw in the core Monkey King, I think it was 2 days ago in this tournament, was Echo Saber into an immediate Heaven's Halberd. The Heaven's Halberd was much better that game than this game. Like, you don't, it's okay versus Lifestealer, but it's not the easiest thing to apply since he's got the Infest. I really liked how tanky the Monkey King was there. It feels like just building up tanky is really, really what you want to be doing in general, just because you have the Jingu, so like your damage concerns are not really going to come up until later on in the game. Just try to get tank value. Try to survive longer in that circle and do some damage with those monkey soldiers. Takes down a free tier 1 tower though and bounces out. In the meantime, Madara is another infest at the ready. Jan has a blink dagger. That's a match made in heaven right there. Do they have any true sight though? They don't. So that's not good. Means they can't really go for the Clinks. Clinks didn't see them though. Or did he? That was an observer on the Ancients, so I think they did actually see them. They're playing as if they saw them, so I'm assuming that's what happened. Oracle just wants to get a little bit of experience, man. Just wants to build up that Fortune's End. That's all the man wants. The entirety of the Dire, though, camping out this mid lane, looking for the Oracle to get a little bit overconfident, or looking for a smoke to break. Would signify a Clinks in the area. There is enough detection here to last for days. Still, Bardinho's the only one spotted. They do see Theo wandering by. A couple heroes here and there. And Bardinho, oh, don't go up there, man. I promise you don't want to do that. Yellow's pinging there as well. It's like, bro, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm too far away to help. But Jian's still going to wander right in. Skewer onto Theo. They're going to instead go for Bardinho right now. He's going to try to heal himself, but Madara's doing way too much damage. I'm pretty sure he's just going to die. Still, he's wasting a lot of space. He tanked the gank as well. So that's not all that bad. We can see ADR immediately jumping into action, shoving up that top lane. Bottom lane, Monkey King's pushing that, and they will grab the Ancient Apparition. Oh, the wounds are open, but Leposa gets up to the high ground and will be fine. As Senior Vac will slow roast. Oh, the Flame Break actually missed. Now the Skewer back onto the Batrider. Will put him in a really precarious position. They'll take him down, but here comes the Monkey King. Drops the circle down. Will do... No, he actually walked out of it. He messed up. He canceled his ultimate, essentially, but he still has it on cooldown. It did absolutely nothing, and they did lose 3 for 2. SG still not dealing with this Magnus and the Lifestealer, who are going to run straight into a Monkey King. Man-Style is not going to save you here. Skewer, Man-Style, he's trying to juke, but, oh, will it save him here, actually? Boundless Strike turnaround. There's another Shockwave coming up soon, but he's going to... What? What happened there? I didn't even see the creeps attack. ADR picks up the Jamari kill in the meantime on the top lane. The creeps, they didn't even attack, man. They were just sitting there. They didn't even move, but they still killed him. I guess that's a deny. We'll call that a deny, as neutral creeps will kill the Monkey King. And ultimately for SG, considering how that went, how they were initiated upon, that's not that bad. Leposa, though, Force Staff out from the open wounds. Yule's Scepter, getting a little more safety. They will purge off that open wounds. But, oh, he's rooted down the neutrals! You can't stop the neutrals, but he has another ultimate. He has it just cooled down. He's going to drag the Lifestealer further in. Where's the damage? Where's the Monkey King? He's dead. Actually, where's the Clinks? They need some help here. Madara actually needs some help as well, because his allies kind of just abandoned him. There's an infest out of here. He'll jump into a creep and make a break for it. Yeah, that fight. Picking a fight against a hero that goes Magic Immune with the Batrider and Oracle is a tough sell for sure. Clinks, unfortunately, was on the top lane. Couldn't really help out there. Otherwise, maybe could have been a really nice pick-off on that Lifestealer. Still worth a hell of a lot. Some concern here for the Luccini side is that the Lifestealer may be worth a lot. He is incredibly difficult to deal with. Queen of Pain may be struggling to get her farm up, though, as well. She's being picked off rather easily. I assume blinked into Clinks for the kill that happened over here. Otherwise, Clinks shouldn't really be able to kill off a Queen of Pain. 8 armor is a decent amount. 8 base armor, I should say. There's a lot of swing there. Clink's actually going to go for an AC. Interesting build. Very anti-Lifestealer. Usually we see a little bit more of a pick-off heavy build from Clinks, but he knows that even if he does get a Bloodthorn, let's say, can't kill the Queen of Pain by himself. Needs a Bloodthorn and the Sheep Stick, I guess. Lincoln Sphere, man. You do see Jamari. If you blink Jamari, you may just die here. She is empowered, but she is being stalked. They're gonna land the Boundless Strike. Oh my god, and just annihilate her. Yeah, I mean, Clink still does a lot of damage, guys. He will not really stop doing lots of damage. Killing off of that one stun, though, that's not the easiest thing to do. It's just in time. In the meantime, though, Luccini going for some blood of their own. Theo does have a Force Staff, and it's nighttime, so he can fly. They are going to have to commit the RP just to ensure they get this kill. That's not what you want. Yeah, cast it, Rubik. It's a great idea. They do take down the Night Stalker at the cost of an RP. That is not really the freest kill. Doing an RP gank, infest gank onto Monkey King or this Clinks. Now that's high value. But they could have easily absorbed that Night Stalker loss with, you know, not really much penalty. They do also see that Roshan is up again, and Clinks. Fresh aggressive item, that Hyperstone, helps tear down Roche that much quicker. They do also have Wukong's Command, which is an all-star in this area, and RP was just used. So though they are a man down right now, it doesn't really look like it's going to get much better. Scan is out for the Radiant. ADR will have the heal of Bardinia right behind him, should he need it. The observers for the Dire are going to see the rotation of everybody. Infest and a Blink. They're all there, but they're going to get jumped first of all. And now ADR is going to go to town on the Rubik. Force Staff House going to keep him alive, but the Monkey King Circle is down, forcing the pure retreat from the Dire side. There's no casualties just yet. Actually, no, Jericho will get picked off, and Madara is going to fall back, taking a lot of damage himself. Theo and ADR are looking at Jamari right now, but Jamari, difficult hero to kill with that Lincoln Sphere. Leposa already used that lasso. There is a buyback expent on the Rubik. He's immediately going to get silenced. Force Staff out to keep him safe, and now ADR's got to make sure to keep his distances. Theo's in the front lines. Bound to Strike misses again. With no Wukong's Command, they will have to fall back a little while longer. Open Wound's going to get purged off. Still Theo, oh, is going to be fine. Able to turn things around, perhaps. Fucking A is just laying into this Lifestealer. Batrider overhead as well. The Night Stalker probably will fall here, but they are going to look to get at least this Lifestealer in exchange. He's going to try to turn around onto Leposa. Dual Scepter will purge off that Open Wounds. Actually, well, misses coming out from that Halberd, but now here comes Monkey King as well. He's going to get swatted down by the stick. Jericho is here for some reason. Not really sure why he's in the front. Really shouldn't be here. He's going to try to make a break for it. Has another Force Staff in 5 seconds, but Monkey King is right on top of him. Double kill for fucking A. And the Clank survives as well. He's going to be able to go in straight towards Roche and clean things up. That was a dieback on the Rubik and a massive gold swing in favor of SG. Man, we can see how devastating it is when it's not the Magnus to get the initiation. I mean, he didn't get the RP off. He got lassoed and then was forced to just purely run. That wasn't even like the most successful initiation from SG. They failed to kill off any of those heroes off of that lasso. It just did a lot of damage and, well, essentially won them the fight. Guaranteed the win of the fight. But again, the fact that it wasn't perfect is concerning for Luccini. That certainly didn't look too hot for them. And now, of course, they have to face up against this double life on ADR, which is all but guaranteed. Gold, extra cash, cheese also picked up on the Monkey King. Not the easiest item to use up against AA, but hey, it's there just in case. RP is still up. We'll see if they can make anything happen. It does seem like Luccini, once again, despite this Lifestealer's farm level, are up against the ropes, as their control and their damage is not really lining up in such a way where they can get kills on valuable heroes. I do feel like it's only a matter of time before they end up smoke ganking, or I guess at this point Shadow Blade and Fest ganking into someone who actually matters, as opposed to that Night Stalker. They're gonna find fucking A. You gotta RP him. We'll do just that. Infest is here, back up around the corners, not really gonna help. Cheese is gonna keep him alive though, as no Ice Blast is coming in. Now the jump in, turnaround onto the Magnus. Wukong's Command gonna go out, not really do all that much damage, just right on the edge, but still be enough to kill off Jian. And also they push back Madara. Can they kill him off? Here comes Jamari, gonna be spotted by the Batrider, and they will Manta split out that Open Wounds. Fucking A is gonna make a clean retreat. A little bit of help here from the Oracle. Jamari as well. Not sure if he should be going in or out, but they will catch the Lifesteal with the silence. Does have an armlet and Heaven's Halberd, but the Clink is coming in as well. Fucking A is refusing to go down. Is even gonna get False Promise just for safety, and will get probably topped up to full HP. In the meantime, they also found Jericho. Leposa sees him. Yule Scepter is available. Force Staff onto Jericho. Will not save him when he gets 3-shot by the Clinks. With the AC completed. That's a 3-kill, including a kill on the Lifestealer. This Quap just seems like she is not able to do enough. Anti-style on fucking A. Incredible defensive item. Offensive-wise, whatever, man. You don't really care about that. All about that Open Wounds Orchid's safety split. With the extra backup of an Oracle behind you, You can afford to make some pretty aggro plays and not get punished. ADR is going to get disarmed and everything, but it'll all be fine because he gets Force Staffed out. Still is going to go for that Rax. Takes a dagger to the face. I don't think he cares one bit. Force Staff out once again. Cold Feet just being thrown in. They walk in, take melee Rax. With the tier 2 still in the bottom lane, with Shrines available to be taken, I think SG have a pretty clear course of action here. On the Dire side, they just have to RP more than one guy. I mean, I don't mind the decision to RP that Monkey King earlier. I think given the context, that is not a bad move. It's just unfortunate that they didn't kill the Monkey King, because then instantly cheese and then instantly turn around. And it's starting to get to the point in the game where RP needs to be used as more of a teamfight tool as opposed to a pickoff tool. Like, it's fine to RP 10 minutes in the game for a kill. That's fine. It's encouraged. It's what you're supposed to do. But at this point, they're losing fights by enough of a margin where they need that additional stun just to land on more guys. And at that point, the Lifestealer has an issue because, you know, if you jump in with Magnus and just use open wounds, is that really going to get the kill? You need a hard stun, and they don't really have that. The Queen of Pain has Orchid, which is nice, but again, there's so many good answers. BKB, Mantis Style, Oracle, even Yule Scepter on the Bat Rider they can use to get themselves out of there. They will try to protect this Clinks a little bit. He does have the Aegis. Fate's Edict will prevent that Ice Blast from taking him down. Not getting any regen just yet, but hey, he'll get it eventually. Regeneration. Does seem like SG are just making this entire map their home. Don't really have as much split push as we saw in game 1. They definitely have a lot of kill power though, including now a fresh Diffusal Blade on the Monkey King. Just even more, just cost-effective damage. Still going for a very fragile build. I mean, Diffusal Blade and Shadow Blade, his newest pickups, absolutely fantastic for looking for those pickoffs, looking for those one hero out and alone situations. On the scale of a larger team fight, when Sonic Wave and RP gets deployed, I mean, Monkey King is still fairly bulky. He took the health talent, didn't take the magic resistance talent though. It's not really all that much needed. Again, the Magnus isn't really a damaging hero, he's just a utility supporting amplification hero. It's all about this Lifestealer doing the damage, and to some extent the co-op. Theo, Ice Blast is gonna land actually, because he had to land, and now Jericho's gonna slide forward. Just a lift up onto the Night Stalker. Oracle was in the area, but decided to let Theo die. No point in turning around there with no Laposa in the area. The right call for sure. ADR is gonna see Madara. That's so much damage. He doesn't even have true hit yet. If he had a Bloodthorn, that would have been such an easy kill. He's gonna go for an MKB instead. Not entirely sure if that's better than Bloodthorn. It's easier to get slightly, I suppose. But man, it gives you a lot more damage that you don't have to press additional buttons for. There's some value in that, I suppose.
I could do this all day.
Map is shrinking here for Luccini. They're actually all on top where there's still a tier 1 tower. I don't know how a tier 1 tower survives for this long, but Madara can clean this up pretty easily. Bottom lane, oh my god, that literally took half his health pool. And now the Bat Rider is going to jump in, just slowly roast him with the Firefly. Boundless Strike. Yeah, got him. Holy crap, that was a lot of damage. I mean, it's a 1-for-1 tower trade, but SG are going to be okay with that. They're just slowly but surely increasing their lead. And again, it's all about looking for pickoffs. ADR going to run right past Jericho. He no longer has that double life. Can he backdoor this tower? He certainly can. Protection is off right now. Should be turning on shortly. He really just wants to catch like Rubik wandering out here or Queen of Pain. But again, if he had a Bloodthorn, he would have at least some chance of killing off Queen of Pain if you, for whatever reason, loses her Lincoln Sphere effect. Mari's gonna blink in. Theo's in the front, but he has a Force Staff and an Oracle behind him. Here's the Skewer on to literally nothing, and now he's gonna be brought right back in. Where are you going with that Skewer? Come back here. Sonic Wave, though, is gonna connect onto everyone. Madara is looking for a target, is going to decide on no one as top lane. Oh my god, what? He killed the entire thing. He killed the entirety of the top lane. What? How? I decided to watch the fight like an idiot, instead of watching the split pushing rat Clinks. Oh my god, that was fast. That initiation was botched, but they didn't really use anything there, so they can still make a fight happen, Luccini. The problem is that they're 2 racks down. And the 3rd racks, well, clearly can be cleared out pretty quickly. They're gonna try to get back on the map, Luccini, but their map control has shrunk to pretty much nothing. And now here's the scary part, where Clinks can actually just camp out like right here, wait for his creep wave to push in, and then just annihilate whoever's gonna come in to defend. Batrider invisible, but he does have a gem, so he will be able to see when he's seen, for the most part. Big movement out here from Luccini. It's going to be a lot of time where these heroes are not spotted. They see no one in the bottom lane right now. Jian is not going to be spotted. It is nighttime with Night Stalker. So vision-wise, not much there for the creeps. But Night Stalker in the meantime, he's not even the one holding the gems, the Batrider. Just making sure the enemies are blind, and aside from a handful of sentries scattered about, Dire side are in fact blind. They're looking though. They're hunting. Jan's gonna give up. Even if you find someone, kind of difficult to get those kills at this point. Clinks has the AC. Definitely a great item if you're planning on killing off a handful of buildings. But also when the enemy team is really only working with damage from the lifestealer that's threatening you. I mean, it's a pretty nice item to have defensively. Lots of armor, man. Plus if he's walking around with packed up, like, the amount of health is not too insubstantial either. He doesn't even have a health item. He has, like, a health build, I guess. Strength stats. But how much health does he actually have? He has 2,000 health. That's actually still not a bad amount, considering his build. It's still up to Luccini to break out of this.
Excellent.
We're going to push forward. Theo does not have the gem. Or staff and movement speed. He will be fine to back off, but it is now daytime for however long Theo is going to allow it to stay that way. They're just waiting for Roche. And speaking of Roche, well, there he is. Clinks, though, may have some bigger... Oh my god, he got a double damage rune. Casual hitting for 500 damage a pop. Almost 600 damage a pop. Yeah. With minus armor, it's easily more than that. Rip Roche. Yeah, that's a pretty quick Roche, I'd say. That's Aegis, that's Cheese again. And he is going to go for a little bit of crit action now. He doesn't really have a lot of slots to spare. ADR is done farming. Last game it was fucking A to get really swole and anti-mage the game down. And to be fair to him, he is still incredibly bulky right now, this Monkey King. Most net worth in the game. Not something you would really expect up against a Midas Lifestealer, though he has ditched the Midas, also with Empower. Staying on top of the net worth chart should be almost a gimme there. Oh, jump in. They have to RP if they want this kill, I think. BKB on the Posa. He'll dodge the Sonic Wave with the Yule Scepter! He'll still go down as another Yule goes off onto the Night Stalker. And there is no Clinks in the area. He's actually nowhere near the enemy base. That was a sick dodge. Unfortunately for SG, didn't matter. There's no one else coming in. Looks like the Batrider's gem also got taken. Maybe? Yeah, Mag has a gem now, and it was probably Batrider's gem. Still, they take down a Batrider without using the RP. That is a big deal. With that spell still up, SG will think twice about pushing into the enemy base, despite having the Aegis and the Cheese still. It's only going to be like a 40-second downtime, though. Once Batrider comes back, then they're definitely going to look for that pickoff and look for the game-winning move. But until then, Jian is going to find ADR. Gem is going to give him Guaranteed Vision. RP is now on 2, or they could just go for the Oracle instead. He Force Staffs out. RP still being held. Now is going to be used. Catch on the Clinks. He does have that double life. Buybacks, some are available for the SG side. They don't have that much, though. The Monkey King needs to be here right now. Gonna pop the BKB ADR and just turn around, try to go for the AA. He does dodge death with the Yule Scepter, and ADR will make his retreat off to the side as the gem is over on the right-hand side. ADR, Ice Blast still coming in, will survive that one as fucking A is gonna try to take on the entirety enemy team by himself. He will cheese up, still his ultimate is doing quite a bit of work, but Madara is taking no damage here. Buyback, or no, respawn from the Bat Rider. He's gonna try to cheese out this Queen of Pain, will get him. As ADR is still alive, they also are softening up Madara. Yule Scepter keeping the mag out of the fight as Monkey King's going to return. They do have the Boundless Strike. Blink forward, they have the gem. Dots onto the Magnus. Not quite enough to kill him off just yet. As Buccaneer is going to jump right back up to the top of the trees. There is Jericho here. Tried to stun up the Monkey King. I don't think that worked. He'll telekinesis him back, but not killing him off just yet. In fact, Madara, losing all of his mana, is going to be hunted down by ADR. Not quite enough. They'll walk right by the gem without a care in the world. Maybe should look for the gem because there are a lot more invisible heroes than they would really like. Boundless Strike going to be off the mark. Shimari is also going to blink out of there. That was an absolute mess. But ultimately, fight recap disappeared. No. Ultimately, ADR does survive. Fucking A does survive. They do use the Aegis and Cheese, but that's a massive fight for Luccini. Able to pull out those tools with minimal losses. Getting a couple of nice kills themselves. We can see how much damage, though, the Monkey King's able to put out. It was having a little bit of a tough time with this build going up against that Lifestealer. Like, Jingu can only take you so far. Like, the sustain is good, but he really needs, like, a Daedalus MKB Monkey King bar for the Monkey King type item if you're looking to kill him off. Since he does have a lot of armor himself, plus evasion. Lifestealer has a lot of it, in fact, so you gotta make sure to answer that. For Luccini, though, that's the best case scenario. Take a decent team fight outside your base, take out the Aegis Cheese, probably keep your base safe. Although I do think that initiation could have been even smoother if they just RP'd out of the Shadow Blade, catch 2. And you could easily, I want to say even cleave Bardinho to death with the Empower and the Lifestealer. But, I mean, maybe not perfect, still good enough. And SG are just looking to camp out. Monkey King gets his bar. That's the damage that he needs through that evasion. Still 2 racks down, but Luccini far from out of this game. See the net worth and experience off of that fight kind of level out. Quick look at the buyback. Not really a ton of them. Jump in from Leposa is going to find the Magnus. BKB. Where's the Force Staff? Here comes ADR from the side, focusing down the mag. And it looks like they'll take him down. He does have a buyback. The Sonic Wave does go onto ADR, but he gets bailed off by the Oracle. Theo and Leposa trying to get in the way for ADR to get him a little bit of space. Monkey King, though, is in the wrong spot. Is way too far to the south. They do force out the buyback on the mag. But ultimately, it's a 2-for-1 for SG, and they will make a clean retreat. Heals now being thrown into the Clinks. Constantly from this Oracle. He's a very high level. Osa should have another lasso soon. Only 15 seconds here of downtime left. Wukong's command, though. That cooldown is still fairly long. The buyout on the mag, though, incredibly costly. Without an RP, I'm not really sure if Kadire can win this game. It's going to be really tricky. Right now, though, ADR just wants a snack. He'll grab it. Num 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 num. Finds an arcane rune. That's not really great. It's great for Leposa, though, because he has the lasso up again. What's the cooldown on lasso right now? 33 seconds? Seems good. All they need now is a target. You can see Luccini doing what they have to do. 5 manning even around their own base. Jian is going to show up. Gotta be careful here. He's Shadow Bladed, but over sentries. You can't really go for a Quap because she has a Lincoln Sphere. And you do have a Yules and a Force Staff to break it. Not entirely sure if that's worth it. Execution-wise, it's very hard to pull off. Night Stalker not arrived just yet, so they're just gonna wait a little while longer. If they see someone, they're not gonna hesitate to jump, but everyone else on the Dire, very defensively positioned. The Clinks will force a couple of heroes into the area and then grab the mag. He does have a Lifestealer with them, but the Boundless Strike will keep him and the Rubik out of this game. He's down for 90 seconds. He's down for good. That Wukong's command was not ideal. Just make sure to cast something as well. Oh, Jargo, what? He got Force Staff down by Theo. And then he just fine because he got forced that back up. No big deal, guys. Don't worry. Don't panic, guys. Don't panic. But they do take down the Magnus for a full 75, and because of that Arcane Rune, look at that. There's another lasso. Arcane Runes. Fair and balanced. That was a sick Force Staff from Theo. He has the full vision with the Ags, and it is darkness for... There's a downtime of about 8 seconds there, where he won't have his ultimate. Jump in, lasso again, onto the AA. They one-shot him with a Boundless Strike and Arrow. Even with an instant Heaven's Halberd, it's still too slow. They will go a little bit too far up the high ground for ADR, but these two heroes that are dead do not have buybacks, and now the Life's in a little bit of trouble. Flame Break and bump him back a little bit. Fucking A is just diving in, man. Gets hit with the Abyssal, Force Staff out, as well as the False Promise. He's fine, as ADR just gunning for the buildings. Is gonna once again get disarmed. BKB, oh, not even needed. He Force Staffs out of the Sonic Wave. Someone Force Staffed him out. I gotta assume that was the Oracle. And that was clutch. I don't think it would have been a kill, but for sure saving the Clinks a lot of hassle. Gonna retreat back to that shrine
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
with the rest of the team, and man, they haven't really hit their stride exactly as they would like. A tier 3 on the bottom lane going down here is not really super relevant. Still the Magnus is just waiting for that buyback cooldown. The AA does have one. Actually, no, he's going to lose a little more gold, so he's just short. For SG, they were looking for a game-winning move there, and they didn't find it. That's not that bad for them, though, because you know what? They have another option. It's Roche with the double damage rune. Ice Frog's Blessing onto SG. There is really not an easy way for Luccini to contest Roche. They would love to, but they just can't. This Quap is starting to get some serious farm, though. With the Maelstrom build, the way this game is going, she's going to end up being a much more relevant right-clicker moving forward. Doesn't seem like, you know, even right now, she's doing quite enough to really make Luccini's team fight on even footing. It's so hard when you're just constantly being initiated upon. Like, what are you supposed to do? They are playing really close to one another, but that Boundless Strike does so much damage, and so does the Clinks. Illusion Rune, they're not even checking Roshan. I would recommend checking Roshan. Is that vision actually in range of Roche? Looks like it was. Right? They gotta know. They have to know. There's no way they don't know. I guess you ditch travels for an Aegis. You get rid of phase boots for cheese or something like that. Jamari gonna blink forward. Bardino not in a safe spot right now. Jian does have blink, force, and skewer. Is going to only see an Oracle, however, so maybe going a little bit too far for this one. Bardino is going to false promise himself and Force Staff the Life Stealer. That was pretty slick, but he's dead. He is super dead, right? He's gonna try to desperately heal, but he got like 6 shots by the Life Stealer, so that's gonna heal more than Purifying Flames. Or that's not gonna heal enough for 6 Purifying Flames. Jen's gonna enjoy that one, but maybe he shouldn't be raffling right now. RP gonna land onto 2 heroes finally, but look at the base. It's in full breaches. Yellow's gonna go for the bottom rack. They're just trying to waste their time right now. Wukong's Command once again gonna do a fat lot of nothing, but the rat is in full effect. ADR is slaying fools, still with that double damage rune. Is he just gonna win the game off of this one? I mean, everyone else is dying, and the rat wins again. I don't know what that raffle was about, but this certainly is no raffling matter. Like, the fight didn't even matter. The fight was going pretty well for SG, even without their Clinks, but man, SG, Clinks damage versus structures, pretty darn good. Pretty darn good. I'm not really sure what happened at the end there with the Clinks, but he had illusions running in, and he had one other hero with him. I don't know, I guess Bardino's death was more so a sacrifice than a careless pickoff. And that's going to push SG Esports, guys, to the grand finals of this qualifying best of 3 series. Well, we are going to have the next best of 3 scheduled for 20 minutes. We're actually finished pretty early, so I guess thank you, SGE, for keeping us on schedule. Scheduled for another 20 minutes, probably going to come a little bit earlier. It's going to be DCSA versus the now victorious SG Esports. They got a lot of momentum, but that is a steep hill to climb versus that Digital Chaos squad. I'm Mike Loris. It's been a pleasure casting these games for you guys. Again, one more best of 3 coming your way, so don't go anywhere.